What's up, what's up? I got a request from Mad DJ Sass here on YouTube. She's actually one of my favorite to watch because she's so natural and she's so genuine, and I think she's a school teacher by day and then a makeup enthusiast by night or whatever, and she's really underrated. I feel like she has 1,000 subscribers or something, which I don't understand because to me she is like, she's just so real and genuine, and I really relate to her. So anyway, she wanted to see my everyday go-to look, so that's what I'm gonna do. I already prepped my skin. I just cleansed it with my Clarisonic. This is just the Clarisonic Mia, the original. It's 10 years old, still going strong. So I do that in the shower, and then I tone my skin using the Body Shop Seaweed Toner. I worked for the Body Shop for like 3 years, and that stuff is great if you have combination to oily skin. Then I used my trusty La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo. If you have skin like me, I don't know if it's because I'm biracial, but I get hella scars. Like if I pick at a pimple, I'll have a scar for like 6 months, maybe even a year if I'm bad. So this is a true representation of how I get ready. I have my coffee and I take it black with whipping cream. That is my favorite way to have my coffee. I always listen to music when I get ready. I feel like I can't get ready if I don't. Sometimes I watch tutorials or I have them in the background. Miss Sass, I often have you in the background because she has such a soothing voice. I'll put her name right here. Currently I'm using this primer from Clarins. It's called the SOS Primer Visibly Brighten Sallow Skin. My skin gets pretty dehydrated in the wintertime, and I'm like at my palest right now. I'm usually pretty tan, but it's been winter. I know it's spring, but the Danish weather hasn't gotten the memo yet, so it's still hella cold. And I need all the moisture and brightening I can get. And I feel like this stuff really helps brighten your under eyes, so you don't need as much concealer. I'm just gonna pop it everywhere. And I love working with my fingers. If I wasn't filming today, I would also use my hands probably for my foundation. I put it on with my hands. I put my foundation on with my hands, and then I blend it out with a beauty blender. I just feel like that gives you the most natural look because it's skin texture against skin texture. So of course it's gonna give a way better finish than a brush or a sponge. A little tip when you use your beauty blender, if you're also one of those people who like slapping it on with your hands, like when you go to wet it with as hot water as you can possibly handle when you have your hands under the faucet, because the heat from the sponge is gonna emulsify and melt the makeup right into your skin, and it's gonna look so much better. So don't wet it with cold water, hot water. Anyways, I switch it up. I switch my foundations up depending on my skin tone, and right now I'm on my palest, so a lot of my favorite foundations are a bit too dark for me, and that's not a good look. But I usually go for the MAC. These days I've been using and loving the MAC Face and Body. I'm actually almost out, and my color is C4. But I only like using this foundation with my hands. So because I don't want to run out and wash my hands in the middle of this video, I'm not going to use this. Instead, my Bobbi Brown foundation stick in the color 425 Natural Tan mixed with, so I'm going to mix this and this. A reason that I also mix, I'm just going to get my hair out of the way. A reason that I also mix is because the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Stick kinda accentuates my dryness on my nose, and I don't like that. And the L'Oreal True Match is not as long lasting, but it's super moisturizing. So when you put that on the areas that a more long wearing foundation is clinging to, it totally hides it. And I just use it from the stick. This is like so quick and easy, and also this color is usually dead on. But right now, because I'm so freaking pale, it's a little bit too warm. But the L'Oreal one is pretty light, so we're gonna make it work. Some people don't like putting foundation on their lids. If it's just a really, really sheer amount, I don't mind. I actually feel like it looks more uniform, especially if you're not necessarily going to be using eyeshadow. And I just feel like an even skin tone all over your face is what you should focus on. When you see somebody, I don't want them to see me and be like, wow, that's really nice makeup. No, I want them to see me and be like, wow, that's beautiful skin, that's pretty eyes, you know, that's a beautiful face, not a beautiful face of makeup, you know. And that's kind of my philosophy when I work on people as well. Like, I know a lot of artists that are into the whole snatched, slayed, like totally graphic, sharp looks. I can do those as well. I just don't particularly like them. Like, I just feel like makeup is supposed to make you pretty, you know. It's not, and it's not that those looks aren't pretty. I just think a softer look is way prettier, and guys prefer it as well, just to be honest. Because when I have a really flaky deaky makeup look on and I just feel like I'm slaying, my boyfriend will tell me, like, you look like Harley Quinn, your cheekbones are so sharp. I don't like it. So I feel like guys prefer a softer look. And at the end of the day, honestly, everyone buys makeup and perfume and clothes to attract a mate. Like, let's not kid ourselves. One, okay, we do it to feel good. Secondly, we do it to hopefully have whoever we're into think that we look good too. And I do my eyebrows last, but I'm not going to show you how I do my eyebrows in this video because I'm going to make a separate video that's short and sweet and just about the brows. So there's going to come a point in this video where I'm just going to snap my fingers and my brows are going to be done. I'm listening to soul today. Some days I listen to jazz, blues, R&B, hip-hop. Okay, next, I like to go in with this, whatever highlight you have. This is just the one I happen to have in my makeup bag. It looks super natural, and I use this before I put on concealer because I like the way that the concealer just blends into it. And don't be afraid because it's just gonna give you like a slightly illuminated under eye look. I love the Urban Decay Kid Concealer. I also love the NARS Creamy Concealer, but I'm out of that, so I'm just using this guy. Down to the nostril. And because I have a nose ring, I feel like I have to be extra. I have to make sure that my nose doesn't get red because it's already like drawing attention, you know. Now I have a pretty blank canvas, and to add some more dimension into my face, I love using this guy, and I just use it with my beauty blender. And I'm not very precise with it. I just want it to look like I have a slight tan because I'm hella pale. And then I like to go in a W, so I go up the nose and so in a W this way because this is where the sun hits you the hardest, here and here. And this is where you have freckles. I have a few freckles. So by just like, not the tip of your nose, just like the bridge, the very bridge of your nose where the sun would naturally hit you. I think it's really flattering when you don't contour too much on the daily like that. So now I just got a bit more dimension into my face. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm just going to set my under eyes with a bit of Laura Mercier translucent powder. Before you set, you just want to clear out the wrinkles. And I'm not going to bake because, okay, listen, this powder is expensive and I'm not going anywhere special. No one's going to be taking my picture. So all I want to do is just prevent my concealer from creasing. That's it. I'm just blending out, making sure that everything is slightly set so that nothing will grab. And now what I like to do is go in with a bit of Hoola. And honestly, I love the brush that it comes with. I feel like it's perfect for contouring. I just take this little guy and I hit the cheekbones. Now, a big mistake that I see people do is that they do this way too low. Like if you do this, I'll see girls who do it here, right? Why would you want to make your cheekbones look lower than they are? The whole point of makeup is to create an illusion of having higher cheekbones, more accentuated cheekbones than you actually have. So my cheekbones are pretty high. They're not very like far out, but my bone is right here. So if you need a guide, I would say from the top of your ear down to the corner of your mouth. Go here. This is a dimension that will fit any face. And I like to take a bit into my eye and pull it up and out. If you're not into doing eyeshadow that day, this could just be your whole look. Just mesh it in your socket up and out into the hairline. Now this looks pretty harsh, but I'm going to blend it out with a different bronzer. A big fluffy brush. And now these harsh lines that we got, we want to blend them out. So up and out. Sometimes I go overboard because I think I'm J-Lo, but it's okay. So if I'm lazy, what I will do is just use like a Bobbi Brown cream eyeshadow, or I'll use a Kiko, or I'll use whatever. This one is Beige Bronze, and I'm just using a synthetic flat brush, and I'm just popping it on my lid. I like to use this shade here called Cup of Tea. Actually, I just mix this and a bit of this, these two. Actually, all these four, whatever. Just a warm brown shade, and I'm just going to buff out the edges. So I go like kind of up towards my brow bone, and then up into the crease. I focus most of the pigment on the outside, and then whatever's left on the brush, I will blend in, and then I'll take a little bit of these four shades and pop it under my eye. This is great if you have under eye bags. I'll take something like the Soeva 228 Luxe Crease Brush because it's not very dense, and the looser the bristles are, the better it's going to blow shadows out. And I'll take a little bit of this orangey shade here. I feel like it just warms up the whole face and makes it look really nice and blended. And then I'll take a bit of this Penguin shade, which is just a matte white creamy shade, and I'll just hit my brow bone from the arch of my brow outward. By doing this technique under your eye, slightly up and then in, it's kind of also at the same time giving you a guide to where your eyeliner, which direction you should angle it at. Into the upper lash line, under the lashes. When I'm at the very end of my tear duct, upper tear duct, I'll kind of like blink, and I'll get a line. I'll get a line at where my wing should be. Now, this looks super messy. How to fix it and make it look like you actually have a gel eyeliner on is just to take any angled brush, and you just smudge it out. I won't drag the liner all the way in because that's what the brush is for. Sometimes I only hit the upper lashes. Some days I do both. For a lot of people, actually, this is going to be a going out tutorial. But you know, I'm a makeup artist, and I love doing makeup. I have so much fun with it, so I have a hard time just doing mascara and blush, honestly. It's actually a struggle. I'll take some nude liner on the lower lash line. And this look, honestly, it takes me 20 minutes when I'm not talking. I'm just gonna go in with some blush, but if you have texture issues, maybe don't go for this one because it's really glowy. It's kind of like an inbuilt highlighter, and I hit under the pupil and up and out. A little bit on the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin. Take the same color blush and put it in your crease. It's just gonna give like a really nice monochromatic. It really just ties the eye look together, in my opinion. I'm just gonna do my lips real quick, and I'm gonna use my favorite lip liner on earth. It's called Bobbi. It's a Bobbi Brown lip liner, and the color is Bobbi. And then I've been loving this MAC Gilded Age lip color. It's super metallic. This is the finished look without brows. So you're going to see me have brows in a minute. Alright, so I'm back. And this is the finished look with the brows. If you want to see how to get the brows, watch the video that I just made. And thank you for watching. Let me know what you want to see. And last step, if you feel like you have visible pores after you've done a full face of makeup, sometimes that can happen, just take a bit of setting spray. You can just spray some on your face and grab something to fan your face with. This can be a hair dryer. If you're like me, you have a fan, whatever you've got, a makeup palette, a book, whatever. This is just going to make sure that everything that's on your face melts in and becomes one. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe and stay tuned.